Hey everyone, it's Ruth here. So, today I want to chat to you about this interesting topic. A few moms have asked me about that, and I'm going to weigh in on that. And as usual, sometimes my opinion can be quite radically different and controversial. So, if you don't agree with me, that's all good, but this is my perspective, my professional opinion and personal opinion as well, being a mum of two boys. So here's the thing, okay? How many of you have seen the Wonder Weeks app and follow it closely? I know a lot of new mums, I certainly did as a new mum. I was following it like gospel, like that's, true. Everything in there is truth. But the problem is what happens when you do that is that you take every word as if it's truth, right? And so then when things come up, especially when it comes to sleep, when your child's sleeping poorly, the first thing you do is you pull up an app and the app says, oh, your child's going to have sleep disturbances in this sleep. And you go, oh, yeah, that's why that's happening. My child is just in a leap. So they're sleeping badly. But then you fast forward like 2-3 months later and your child is still sleeping poorly and your child's been in and out of the leap. What happens then? Why is your child sleeping poorly, right? And so the other downfall to the Wonder Weeks app, by the way, I think the research is correct. I absolutely believe in that. I think it's an absolutely amazing app. I mean, like 10-20 years ago, mums have no clue what the babies are doing at every stage of their development. Now you get to see, wow, my child's actually learning this skill and that skill. So when it comes to the Wonder Weeks app, I love it. I actually do absolutely love it because it gives you an insight to your child's development. How amazing is that? Your child's just not growing in size. Their brain is growing, they're developing, they're maturing. And when you can see that they're trying to hone in at a particular skill, guess what? You can match up your activities to help your child be able to, get that skill quicker or at least facilitate in their development. Does that make sense? So when it comes to mental skills and whether it's fine motor skills or gross motor skills or physical skills as well, social skills, my gosh, that app is an absolute blessing, right? But the problem is most mums, new mums, and this is not your fault, by the way. I did this. I look at the app and I take everything for its word, including, oh, at this sleep, your child's going to sleep poorly. So then when my child don't sleep well, I just take it as a reason. I'm like, yeah, they're in leap 5 or leap 6 or leap 7 or whatever leaps they're at. But it's only half truth, right? Like, what happens when they're out of the leap and they're still not sleeping well? It just means that maybe there's something underlying that, and sometimes it's easy to just take something that says, oh, your child's sleeping poorly because of that leap, so you just let it be and you're like, oh, once the leap is over, my child will be back. But what if your child doesn't go back because the root issue was never the leap in the first place? The other thing I want you to consider is that when you open up the app, okay, and you put a calendar view, so you should be able to see, okay, like at least a few months, and you can scroll and you can actually see the whole year. You can see all the leaps in there. I think when I saw that for the first time, I got really anxious and actually somewhat depressed because I'm like, you mean like my child's first year, I'm never going to get sleep because he's just constantly going through leaps? So if you look at that, you only get pockets of time where your child's not in a leap. Am I right? So you can open that app and have a look. So you're like, well, okay, so those times are the only times my child's going to sleep well. All right. Then what happens when your child's sick? Then that adds on to it. And then you forget that your child will do things like teething. What about regressions? 8 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months regression. What about daycare transitions or traveling or moving houses or like whatnot? Life, stuff that will come and disrupt your life and your routine, right? Whether it's a good thing or not a good thing. So then if you put them all down on paper, if if all the leaps were true and every single leap you're meant to have bad sleep, you'll never sleep. You'll never sleep, right? And then the other question is, think about it from my perspective as a sleep consultant. If I were to work with babies, then I'll never have babies that sleep through the night, take amazing naps, and self-settle. But the thing is that I do. Every single day, I get results for moms. So, how does that work? It doesn't match up. Does that make sense? So, here's what I want you to take away from this video. I'm not saying that the Wonder Weeks app is wrong. In fact, they're amazing and they're a blessing to you if you know how to use them properly. What I'm saying is that don't just take their word for it when it comes to sleep. There are so many things under the sun that can affect sleep. I don't have time to go through it. Obviously, the way my method works is think about it as a checklist. Every client and member that I work with, it's a checklist kind of approach. It's like, let's check all the boxes. Don't leave anything behind. Don't leave any stone unturned. Because once you optimize all of that, guess what? You can do a process of elimination when your child wakes up. Oh, okay, you can see what could be the reason why your child's waking up. So when it comes to the Wonder Week app, really use that to get to know your child, to enjoy your child and what particular skill they're trying to hone in, and facilitate that and optimize their routine or their environment so that you can see them flourish in that. Say, for example, this week they're learning how to, I don't know, use their hands a bit more, then you can do stuff to facilitate that, right? Because when you know that, you can help them. So, which helps them get through that particular leap faster too. This is a story for another day, but use that Wonder Week app for that reason, to enhance your motherhood, not to bring Debbie Downer and to make you depressed and anxious. Oh, another leap is coming. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have bad sleep again. And the other thing is that, actually being proactive and going, well, let me just examine this a bit more. And perhaps, just perhaps, there might be another reason why my child is not sleeping well. And it's my responsibility as the mom or a dad to figure out how I can help my child sleep better and not just use the Wonder Weeks as an excuse. It could very well be one of the reasons, no doubt about it, but it's not the end all be all. It's not just like, oh, I have a leap, that's why my child is sleeping poorly, the end. I would strongly encourage you to think twice about that and just maybe dig in a little bit deeper as to why your child's not sleeping well, and not just use the leaps an excuse and like just a band-aid excuse, or as to why your child's not sleeping well. I hope this makes sense. Absolutely, when it comes to the Wonder Week, is a yes and a no. Yes to using that to increase your knowledge so that you can parent well, but no, it's not the only reason why your child's not sleeping well. Otherwise, you will never have sleep for the next 4 years, and that is not true. Okay, so I hope that helps, and I'll talk soon. Bye.